Okay, so what about your manufacturing company now?
Okay, so about 4 to 5 years back, when US imposed extra tariff on China, we were like, okay, every like they have started to say that they're gonna increase 15% tariff on China, 25% tariff is going to be increased on more items, and we were like, it's gonna impact our business. And at that time, we made a strategy to start building our own manufacturing in Pakistan. So 5 years ago, we decided that we're gonna make our own manufacturing in Pakistan, and the reason was that from China, there were consistent issues of quality, like they put the wrong barcodes, they put a barcode of one product or another. They probably don't match the colors correctly. They don't do the quality assurance correctly. They don't make shipments on time. So there were a lot of pain points in negotiations, in quality, in supply chain, in communication back and forth, right? So we were trying to solve those problems, but also at the same time, the duty differential that was charged, like that is like a trade war between US and China. To fix that, we said, okay, you know what? We have some extra money. Let's build some small manufacturing, and we start manufacturing some of our products 5 years ago,
Hold on. So
and we start to leverage.
when you say you had a little bit extra money, how much money are we talking about?
Let's say a lot of money. So, by the time we were selling on Amazon for 7 8 years, by the time we were like more than 100 million in revenue. So you're making a decent profit on that, and with that profit year over year, you're making for about 7 8 years now. So of course you have saved something, and we thought that with that money you can do something. So initially we bought some industrial land that we didn't intend to use, and then we realized like, okay, we can build factories here. So we built factories, and we set up one manufacturing. Started with the towel. That was our, like, we were more knowledgeable about that. And once we saw that it was going very smoothly, and it's reducing our cost of production, we start setting up more manufacturing plants in Pakistan. So last 4 to 5 years, we have like expanded that area tremendously.
Wow. So how much investment dollars was, let's say, your first factory? If someone wants to start a factory, that's not like a cheap thing. Like, it's a massive undertaking, I'm assuming. Like, how much was it? Like, hey, boom, first to even try to see if manufacturing is going to work, how much was that investment?
So, like any business over there, right? So the way we made it work, like we paid them an advance payment to our manufacturing, right? Let's say few $1 million, right? And they use that money to build land and construction. But over there, you can mortgage your land and construction and get more money. Then you can buy machinery on lease, like over here. So on manufacturing over here, we give them some money, right? Maybe less than 10 million or something, but they use that money to buy land and buy the land, build it at factory. But using that as a collateral, then there's more money through banks. They get machinery on lease, they get more land, they build more land, and use that land to use more collateral. So we stretched our dollars basically, like by using the bank facilities. And back there, at that time, the government was giving like a loan as low as like maybe 2% rate. Well,
this is Pakistan banks.
This is Pakistani bank for exporters also. So they had very special rates for exporters to incentivize the exports, and they were giving very attractive rates, and we take advantage of that. So we used all the money we could. We built more land, we built more factories. All the machinery we needed, we imported. If our company was low on cash, we sent them more advance payment from the US company, because US company was profitable. So we didn't give them a little bit investment, and then the rest of the money came through either as an advance payment that they use, and then they use a lot of the initial land as a collateral and raise more money based on that.
Okay.
Then, of course, now they are working. Yeah. Now they are like running for 5 years, and they have some profits of their own to set that off. So now they are pretty good. Sorry.
No, brilliant. And what kind of pricing do you do between companies? So, like, let's say you're buying a product for $2 in China, and your factory can make it at $1, right? How much are you charging your e-commerce company?
I wish I can make it for half the cost. I mean, the manufacturing have about 5 to 10% margin. So we have a margin like everyone else, about 5 to 10%, and we keep that margin. So it costs me pretty much similar, but my manufacturing also makes profit, which gives it more money, which can help me more supply chain. I think, but the biggest benefit I have right now, it's not like I'm gonna buy the products at 20, 30% cheaper. My manufacturing can be 10 to 15% cheaper cost.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but hypothetically, if I'm selling a product as loss, I can probably go at a 15% loss over here because I know that I already made 15% money on this before. So even if it's going 15% loss right now, I'm actually not really losing anything. So it makes me confident that even if my US company is not making money, my other company will offset that loss through their profit. So this one of the benefit in manufacturing, we got that anything we order, we keep buying the same product for like last 4 years, right? And that reduces the cost of production because you're making same order, same product over and over again. You're buying it in bulk. You are like you don't have any leftovers after the order closes because let's say you have a 10% leftover, you're selling that half a cost if you don't have an order. But in this case, you're ordering to yourself and keep repeating the same order. So hypothetically, it is very hard to beat China price. By the way, they are very good at it, right? They are like really smart. They have, but it took us like about 3 to 4 years to really build a notable difference between China prices. Like to be certain products, we are still like break even price. Like the cost of our production is almost similar to the price we get from China, maybe 5% products.
Mm.
But now 90 to 95% of the products, we are probably somewhere we are 5% cheaper, somewhere we are 10% cheaper, 15% cheaper,
But you
something
keep
like
it.
that.
But you're saying you charge your e-commerce company pretty much the same. Like if it's 5% cheaper, you're gonna charge the same as China. But now your manufacturer makes the money, not the e-commerce. Like e-commerce is gonna get about the same deal. That's how you do the
Correct.
internal economics. Okay,
Correct.
wonderful. Okay, so now number of staff. How many staff do you have in the manufacturing?
Right now, we have like our employees and the contractor employees, all the people who work within our factory. Everyone inclusive is about 10 to 11,000 people working in our facility
Woo!
right now.
11,000 people, 11,000 jobs. Wow. How did you scale that? How do you even get the teams and the people, and like, are you involved in that? You just hired an HR team and they did it? Like how do you even get to that scale? That's like mind-boggling in a period of 4 years. That's just unbelievable.
Lot of blood and sweat. That's all I can say that. I mean, it's tough. Like you hire HR, of course, HR gives you good people that of course you have to interview. And then you hire some people, you trust some people to interview for you. Then they hire more people. In this process, you make mistake. Then you restructure. So in 4 years, I have probably restructured my team many times. I made millions of mistakes. There was a time that we were like calculating how much money I lost by just making mistake as a new entrepreneur, and it was probably in like north of $4 or $5 million of worth of mistakes. If I was a true expert, I could have probably saved $3 to $4 million. But that's a cost of doing a new business, and I saved probably tens of millions too by making good decisions. But of course, there was some benefits that the government was giving. I was not aware of that in the early days. I didn't hire very professional people because I was trying to save money in the salaries. But I realized that by just hiring a guy who doesn't know how to do the job, it make my engineering project cost 3 times higher because of his incompetency. And by saving probably like $3,000 in the annual salary, I probably lost $100,000 in extra material because of the wrong decision. So things like that. And I get better with time. I get a lot better now. I mean, I'm probably like the only company in the world who's making 40 different kinds of products within the same manufacturing facility. We make like all kinds of products. Like we make shrink wraps. We make we make shrink wrap. We make elastic. We make zip. We make carton tape. We make carton. We make poly bag. We make zips. We make zipper bag. We make swing thread. So we make care labels, insert cards. like we make every accessory in house. We have our own carton plant. We make waterproof bedding. We make non-stick cookware. We make cast iron cookware. We make we make stuff that has nothing to do with each other. Like in your entire life, most people just manufacture one thing and they still don't know it very well. But in this process, in this, I said the process of last 4 or 5 years, we sub because we were selling so many different kinds of products. So if we want to make it in house, we had to set up different types of products, right? And in that process, we built many teams. Many teams we have to restructure for the reasons of my own mistake that I didn't hire the right team first time, and then I realized that this team is not doing the job, and then when we made mistakes and hired better team. So I get a lot better at it. I get I'm very happy where I am right now. But there's no easy way. You make mistakes, you learn. Luckily, we had a business to support it. We were keep giving us orders, and we build this. But now this company is insanely optimized. I mean, now our cost of production is insanely compatible to China by 10-15%. So this what we have built is amazing.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. And you shared with me something about the exports of the entire country of Pakistan. Now tell me, how many people are in Pakistan? What is the export?
It's
And where are you on that list of exporters?
so last year we were like top 16th exporter in the country. Our target is to become top 10 exporter this year. Maybe we'll end up 11, 12 maybe. So we started 4 years ago exporting, but any company in the list of like top 20 or 30 is at least like a 50-year-old company over there. So we may be the only company who's 4 year old and now in like top 20. It's a very rare thing to have such a big company. We use cheap raw materials, so our finished product the value is less. So if we use polyester, let's say if we use cotton, our export value could be twice because cotton is twice more expensive. But in terms of the manpower, we are so I would say in terms of the number of containers, I give that. So we export 500 containers every month, right? So we probably in top
Wow.
three in the country in terms of number
Wow.
of containers. Yeah,
And what's the population of Pakistan?
is about 220 million. It's world's
So
just largest country. Yeah.
nice. That's amazing. It's a great place for the future. I mean, you are leading the biggest, I would say, evolution of exporting of the entire country. Nobody is faster growing than you in exports. What the hell? I mean, I don't know if you've realized what kind of impossible feat that you've actually done.
And this is. I mean, we never planned it, and this is insanely crazy. I agree with you. No one would want to go that part of the world and build. A lot of people were pulling out money that time from the country, and we were like doing some completely reverse of that at that time. And now the things are better over there, so people may want to do it now. But that when we did all these investments over there, it didn't make sense. But we have done this in past. We usually don't follow the majority. We just see that what we
Mm.
feel right and we want to do it. And many times it happens that we are doing stuff differently than others. And as long as we are okay with that, we want to take our chances.